Happy St. Patrick's Day, boys and girls. The old Catmeister here. Got my coffee, got my pajamas, got my Irish hat. Not my cartoonishly large one, which you may have seen in the past before. But we got to bang it out. And Cappy got to go to the pharmacist. It's one of those days of boring chores. Here, and keep my real name anonymous. Refer to me by my alias, John Locke. Been a fan of the channel for around 2 to 3 years. Now you've been a big influence. Currently 20. I've been attending community college part-time, working full-time, plus overtime since 18. Good. Been able to pay for college while still having tons of FU. That's great. That's great. Most people have debt because they're dumb and they had to go to the party school. Not paying rent by living with parents, studying accounting, planning to get my CPA. 5'6", went from 190 pounds to 155 since I was 19. Good. I lift weights 3 to 4 times a week. Not a chunky man anymore. Even though I feel like I'm doing everything right, I've always wanted to join the military. Though I have a history with self-harm scars, depression, anxiety, and emergency visit to a psych ward. Due to an overdose, the overdose was an accident, and that's what the hospital put down on the record. Let me go after 2 weeks saying I was fine. A majority of all that happened when I was 13 to 17. Though I self-harmed again around 19, there are no records of it. Well, you're going to have to talk to a therapist about that. Feel like I'm in a better mental condition now. Where's Dad? Was Dad mentioned? You live with your parents. Okay, maybe they're still alive. All right, both of them are together. My therapist says I've been making great progress since high school and that I'm mentally sound. I've always made it an initiative to improve myself. A lot of forums recommend getting tattoos over scars to pass MEPS. I'm not sure if MEPS looks at medical records. If they don't, the real medical problem I have is an abnormal EKG. Well, that a regular heart a bum ticker might get you rejected or your application denied to the military. From myocarditis I experienced and recovered from when I was 17, which my cardiologist says completely harmless, but is still something I would need a waiver for. Overall, I just have this inferiority complex where I feel like I have no value or purpose if I don't do something brave and enduring like the military. It's always something I've wanted to do, and I know there's nothing else like it. I also feel like being denied because of my history means I am permanently mentally ill, and everything I do to get better is for nothing, and I'll always be weak. I'm too tired to yell at you. I really am. I'm too tired. Stop being a whiny bitch. Okay? You could choose for the rest of your life. You're going to be a man and try your best, regardless of your chances of success or failure. I mean, you're all going to fail. Everybody fails. But if you're going to be scared into inaction because you might fail and hurt your feelings, I don't have time for it. You either choose to go forth bravely into the world, trying your best, knowing you're guaranteed to fail many times, in an effort to get those 3 or 4 key successes. And yeah, I mean, if you had mental illness and you're self-harming yourself, yeah, that's going to carry through for the right. There's consequences to that. Yes. But it doesn't make you permanently mentally ill if the doc says you're coming around and you get your life together, you get a job, you get a career as a CPA, that's fine. And I'll always be weak and incapable for doing anything significant. Like getting your CPA, like you're incapable of doing that. You're doing it. You're working out. You lost weight. You already have achievements under your belt. I don't have the woe is me, I'm afraid, and this will like scar me for the rest. I don't have time for that. I plan on making attempts on 24, 26 after I get my degree in CPA, which gives me a longer time to distance myself from my teenage years and also allows my scars to shrink and fade more before seeing if I'll need tattoos over them. I plan on stopping going to therapy soon because it really hasn't been helpful. I just go so I have some type of verified witness I am in a healthy mindset, though I have no clue if the military cares about it. They probably will. Have to do my research on that. I think sometimes having a therapist is a disqualifier, but I don't remember. Sometimes I think about joining the DEA, cops, FBI deputies to fill this hole because I know they are less stringent on medical screening. Though even if I get accepted, guys, write shorter. Get to the fucking point. You will not get hired or promoted when you take 8 pages to say what needs to be said in 1. Though even if I get accepted, I might still feel inferior compared to a military experience. What's your problem? look, you could get kicked out, not kicked out. You could be denied or disqualified from the military for any number of reasons. Your heart, which you didn't control, your mental illness, which I'm going to assume you didn't control, right? And that's how it is. That's how it goes. Right? And it's too bad you couldn't join the military anyway because you had these conditions. Stop obsessing over it and stop thinking that if you can't do it, there's no reason for you to say, "Oh, I couldn't do it. I'm a failure." No, you go and do the next best thing, which looks like some kind of alphabet agency, becoming a cop or a federal agent. I also think maybe being a part-time volunteer, EMT, police, or firefighter on the weekends might be a good idea. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. Not sure, though. I just want to wrap things up and say that I also have creative goals that involve writing and doing art. No, we don't. No, stop shitting against the wall and hoping something sticks. Just focus. I don't care what your hobbies are. I've always slacked on those. Not sure if that's also another solution. I've never really pursued them because I've never had the thought that I could produce something of value. Well, no, go become a CPA. Go become a CPA. P.S. Last thing is totally just a rant, but I think it's dumb that I can buy and own firearms, but not have a career where I'm issued one. I'm thankful for the right to defend myself, but still. Okay, yeah, I question whether you should become a cop. You don't become a cop because you want a gun. Right? I'm all for guns, but like when people are, I should have a gun. Like, okay, you get a background check. Yeah, here's the deal, dude. For decisions or things in the past that you have no control over now because we're in the present, you may not get into the military. And I like your plan B of going into one of the federal agencies or becoming a cop. That's good. But I would stop beating yourself up over or thinking that you have no value because you didn't make it in the military. There's an element I could see like, yeah, unless you served, there's a piece of you. I think for a lot of young men, that's the case. I was too young and stupid to figure that out and appreciate camaraderie. I also thought like this is long ago, but like the military, losers go in the military. That's just why would you go in the military? You got to go into banking. You got to go into engineering. Got to go to college. But yeah, right now you are achieving something, getting your CPA. You lost weight. Keep doing that. And then all you can do is try. Go talk to a recruiter. Say, hey, what are my chances of getting in? I mean, don't mention it, but look up, do all your research you can, find out whether that echo thing, whatever your heart condition was, would get you disqualified. If it could get you disqualified, let it go. And then, okay, then you start applying for the DEA or the FBI or whatever. But you're 20, they're not gonna take you. You got to get like some kind of career and profession. If you want to go in the DEA or the FBI, then maybe I suggest you do audit when you're in accounting, and you do some accounting forensics, figure out how people launder money, things like that, and get in good shape. All right, there we go. Any super chats? We got super chats. Adriano Ramos, who's up at this hour, $2 Australian. I have PTSD from dating women. That's not too far off. You may be actually more. There may be more veracity to that claim than you think. Dr. David Maloney and I were talking, and there's a low-level background trauma that, like let's say you come from a broken family or a broken home. And if you're in a toxic environment, even if it's not immediately threatening your life, there's no trauma. It's the trauma has been amortized over decades of time because you've been in a bad environment. And with how, frankly, anti-male young women have been raised to be and competitive. And I'm okay with competition, but adversarial. I could see where men, you'd be like, yeah, that was, I got a bunch of guys that are like, never again, like never again. Yeah, if you got divorced, that's traumatic. Yeah. But there's and how much of it is it real or you just came from a sucky background and you're suffering from it. Okay. I don't know if that's a mental disorder, but there was an official term for it, like this low level latent background PTSD. And I would not be surprised if the vast majority of men have it. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.